off on that side. It's a little bit of a surprise since they're going to Chicago, but I guess we'll get them over there. Cirrus, maybe? Busy watching the 777. I didn't see Valaris come in. It's our 777. So there's supposed to be another JetBlue special livery. It's the Boston Red Sox livery. And I just double checked. It was live for a little bit. I just double checked. It's not supposed to leave until about 7. So unfortunately, I guess we will miss that one. And there's also a couple other JetBlues that's due in around 7. But just because I got to check in and we start boarding at 7:30. Unfortunately, I'll end up missing that. It's about 4:40 now, roughly. So we'll hang out a little bit longer and go from there before we go inside. Behind the United, we have their mini-me Copa Airlines 737, very similar livery. Once upon a time, Continental Airlines was a part owner in Copa, which is why their livery was so similar. And I'm not sure if United still is or not, but this livery is still very similar to the old United Continental. We call it the merger livery now. I still call it the Continental livery because that's still the look I think of when I think of Continental. Got our United 777. Line it up here for runway 17 right. They're heading to Chicago O'Hare. This is the first 777 to go in passenger service. November 777 Uniform Alpha N777UA. Appeared in a lot of the ads and a documentary that came out on the 777 back in the day. So this is a pretty historic aircraft. Hopefully when its time in the sky is done, it gets preserved. By the way, the JetBlue livery did have a name. It was called Spotlight. The 777 that diverted into Cleveland should be leaving here in the next 10 minutes or so. It sounds like it had a fuel problem. They had to stop for fuel before continuing on to Houston. It's London Heathrow to Houston.
Contact ground 12654. And sorry, that's 12654. I got up here 4504.
I was really hoping they would have taken off on the other side. I thought they would since they're going to Chicago. Most of the flights that take off on this side are going eastbound. So up to New York, Boston, or over the Atlantic. So I'm surprised it didn't take off on the other runway going to Chicago, but maybe just due to flow. Or maybe it's a longer runway, I'm not really sure. Just the Virgin Atlantic A330 departing at some point as well. Got a heavy jet inbound. All right, Delta Airlines Flight 729. It's a 767-300 inbound from Atlanta. I didn't make it with enough time to get over to the other side of the garage, but at least we'll get it from over here. Staying over here because of the emergency, the Spirit that's coming in. I think that'll be landing on this side. Meanwhile, Southwest living up to their reputation of waiting for no one as they taxi up close, get nice and cozy with the Copa Airlines aircraft in front of them.
390 on the ground. You already pushed or you're ready to push? Oh, we already pushed.
Southwest waits for no one. The Delta Airlines Airbus A321neo. Unlike United, they actually did paint the raccoon mask around the windows. Had the first two Uniteds come through over the last few weeks. The Spirit Emergency is inbound in the next few minutes. Got a Embraer E195 for Porter Airlines heading up to Toronto, I believe. Lining up here for runway 17 right. And behind that is Frontier. We won the Puerto Rican Parrot. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping to get that one on the way back, but it doesn't look like it's gonna work out. We got the emergency aircraft inbound for Spirit Airlines 1171. Miami to Boston diverting in. Not sure what the reason behind it is. But it is an emergency. They've called it several times over the radio.
Let's take off money left right after let's go. Point 319 is looking. Can you come off to the reef? 513.0. Something like that. Roger. That's level 34, you're right. That means that's 3 bucks, you're in 17 right. Information alpha. Traffic crossing over midfield.
Not gonna lie, I did not expect that. The Spirit emergency sounds like it was a medical, just based on the call they just made. So it doesn't sound like it was mechanical. Hopefully, whoever is feeling sick on board is okay. Got our emergency aircraft taxiing in. The fire truck behind it. A couple other emergency vehicles, it looks like, waiting for it. say one really nice thing about this airport when I walked in. They have a gallery for their spotters, so they actually feature some of their spotters right in the Terminal A when you walk in. So pretty cool to see the airport acknowledging their spotters. I've heard it can be a difficult airport to spot at, but security's been super friendly. If you want to spot here, I do recommend go to their website, fill out the form. Just type in plane spotters and the Orlando International Airport website. There's a little form you fill out and email in. It takes about a minute, maybe 30 seconds. And then they'll look it over, then they'll approve it. And then once they have that approval, you have, I think, 6 months, and then you can renew it if you need to. But that way, if there's any questions, you have that paperwork. They know that to expect you, and shouldn't have any issues that way. I would also recommend if you do come down here and spot, a rental car is probably not a bad idea. I've just been up here in the garage, and until the runways are a little far away, and there's definitely some obstruction. So if you want to go around the airport and get up closer to the arrivals or departures, there's definitely some businesses and different parking lots and stuff like that to try out. So I would recommend a car. I'm just here for a few hours today, so I just went up to the garage. But if I was going to really come down here and spot, I would probably do it, get a car and go around the area. There's also Orlando, and you know, when you're here, you probably want to go to the theme parks and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, the airport itself is kind of confusing with the signs. Just be careful when you're walking around and make sure that you're going to the right place. But overall, it's a pretty neat place. Got a Delta Airlines 737 heading out here on 17 right, and Southwest landing in the background on 17 left. You have to admit, Orlando, just Central Florida in general, Florida really in general, it's such a pretty state. I know it's got its reputation as kind of being the appendix of America, and in some ways that's a deserved reputation. A lot of crazy things that does go on down here. The politics, of course, is always a mess, but there is a lot of beauty down here. Would not recommend coming in the middle of the summer when it's 100 degrees with 99% humidity and a lot of pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And then in the fall, you got to watch out for hurricanes. So there's certainly some drawbacks, but Florida in the winter is absolutely gorgeous. Today was a little warm and humid early. It's cooled off to a very nice evening. Got up to about 80 degrees earlier today. Right now it's probably in the 70s. Not bad at all. It's why it's one of the most populous states in the country. A lot of people retire down here. But don't blame them. Palm trees, you got the ocean, beaches, so much to do, so much to see. Florida is a gorgeous state. Kind of been down a little bit on Florida for a little bit because I've been in Phoenix, and I've been out to the Smoky Mountains and going out to Virginia and places like that. And so I've kind of been more in line for like moving to Virginia or Washington D.C. or something like that if I had a choice. But Florida is very nice. Definitely does have its advantages. Got another new airline is GOL. Landing way over there in 17 left.
Or executive insight. Clear 03 golf, reduce speed to 150 knots, turn left heading 100, intercept the localized.
Another Southwest pushing back. This is like the land of the 737 MAX. We've seen so many 737 MAXs today. Mostly Southwest, but we had Alaska, WestJet, United, GOL. Sure, I'm missing some. Lots of MAXs today. Look at that, everything's getting lit up now in downtown Orlando. Over by Icon Park where the Ferris wheel is. Actually, I wonder if that's still that drop tower. I thought they were tearing the drop tower down after they had that accident. I guess it could be the Star Flyer, and that could be a slingshot over on the left. Still pretty crazy. It's a crazy tall Ferris wheel though, isn't it? Meanwhile, Virgin Atlantic Flight 92 heading back to London Heathrow. Airbus A330. But I hear on 17 right, so we'll lose it in the building, but get to enjoy one more heavy jet before we leave tonight. Keep getting messages from Cleveland. Hey, we got a 777 today. Like, I know. Nah, I'm jealous. It's pretty wild when you get a diversion like that. Do wish I was there today for the 777 and the T-38s, but I'm enjoying Florida today. Could certainly be worse. Still creepy with the power plant in the background. I still think if I go on a roof, I can see the vehicle assembly building for NASA up there. Certainly see it when you came in. It's the tallest building, I think, in the state of Florida. And it's way out by itself. So I'm sure that from the right angle, we'd be able to see it. I think it's just to the right of the building. Southwest gonna head over to the other side and depart over there.
Bravo, and Open Bravo 6, company to push back. They should be moving out here in just a second. Bravo, and we'll hold short of Bravo 6.
Frontier 1616 touching down from Minneapolis. Amazing how much more light there is down here, though. It's 5:30, getting close to 6 o'clock. It's still not totally dark down here. Whereas it would be dark at about 4:30, 4:45 at home. I mean, it still gets dark early, but there's still a lot more light down here than it is at home. Alaska Flight 368 inbound from San Francisco.
Wing 3030. This is not approved. Give us a call when you're ready for taxi. Thank you.
Should be United Airlines Flight 2658 inbound from Houston. It's supposed to be a 767 coming in from Houston on United today, but that flight is very delayed right now. WestJet Flight 1416, 737 inbound from Calgary. Still kicking myself for not coming down on Black Friday. Well, we had the Sorcerer livery and the Frozen livery down here, but probably would have been tough with security and all that, but maybe someday we'll get those. I still want to get that Frozen livery. Detroit's probably my most likely opportunity, unless I get lucky and get it at like Houston or something like that, but fingers crossed. Still need the Alaska Star Wars livery too. I was hoping the GOL would send a Harry Potter livery, but it looks like that went away. They put the tail number in and it came up with another, it's like a blue aircraft now, so the Harry Potter livery might be gone, which is unfortunate. All right, we will end this trip the same way that we began the last spotting trip that we took. This is UPS Flight 2326 at MD-11, one of my favorite aircraft. Inbound from Louisville, Kentucky. I get it coming over the skyline of the gorgeous city of Orlando. MD-11s are going away slowly but surely over the next few months, so get one coming in, go get it. Down at Cleveland, they're still coming in right now. They're about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning for arrival and leaving about 10 o'clock at night. So glad to get one with a little bit of daylight.
Hold short of Echo 4. You can enter Echo 4. Okay. For sure, let's get 1460.
All right, that will do it for today from Orlando International Airport down here in Orlando, Florida, the House of Mouse. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. Comment down below if you'd like to. Stay tuned, hit that notification bell because I do some live streams. Still working out some bugs if you're with me for the last one, but hope to be able to do more live streams here in the future. Tomorrow we'll be at Cleveland Hopkins, heading back home tonight. So I'm going to head in and get checked in and go through TSA and all that. So we can head home. Tomorrow we'll be at Cleveland Hopkins. We're expecting an Atlas Air 747. So we'll go up there and get that. And then Sunday, weather depending, we'll go back and get the T-38s when I do their flyover. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Possibility of another spotting trip later this month. We'll see how things go. It depends on money and it depends on how everything else goes. And then we'll probably do a live stream maybe on Christmas Eve. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Hope you have a great rest of the night, and we'll catch you next time from Orlando International Airport. Have a great night, everybody.